you last hit a creep and you walk away. Something in org chat. Be sad. But yeah, I think axes really you can only get away with it when the other team's very passive early. Oracle can be quite passive early in terms of it just wants to zone a hero and farm the ball, or be hyper pending. So I don't think looking at it for a jungle purpose yet. I think they definitely agree with like your philosophy of dual laning it.
Dire team's
Dazzle I suppose is okay. Dual lane, Dazzle's kind of susceptible because he passes the axe and he doesn't really have too many ways to be outside of the call.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying as like it's a strong dual lane for sure, but like you said, I mean the axe can't defend the Dazzle, like it's the Dazzle who needs to defend the axe, right? So if you can somehow like make a wraparound or disrupt that little like scenario and just pop the Dazzle first, and you know the axe can't do much to stop you. You can taunt, but you know early levels, you know taunt for what is it, 1-2 seconds or something like that. That's not much.
Especially when people have boots and
Dire
things.
team's turn to pick.
But now it kind of comes to light a bit. Morphling axe replica is very, very strong.
Yep, and it could still be a support morphling. I mean, yeah, it should be. Replicate with the morphling, you have the adaptive strike once again, so you have a stupid amount of control between the taunt with the blink as well as adaptive strike. You still run into the issue of Oracle being able to take away the stun from morphling, but like you saw, they played against Oracle in the game 1, so that wasn't the biggest issue. The OD pickup is amazing though, because now you have 2 heroes that can deal with it, and the Astral is amazing.
And you have like near infinite sustain with Purifying Flames and the OD Aura. If you ever get in a position where you want to slow siege, you have the health and mana to do it. Probably puts Mirana into a support position, which is a very strong hero to help the Sand King out. There's very obvious synergy there. Like Dota 1 days combo. Knew what cores and supports were.
I like that. You could also have an OD safe lane, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think you need a genuine right clicker who can siege towers and stuff. That's pretty much the only thing that Prodota Gaming needs to fulfill the lineup, because they have saves, they have a lot of team fight potential as well. They just need that right clicker who can take towers for the team, because the 4 heroes so far they have absolutely no siege potential. I mean, you know, OD without Astral Arcane Elves, yeah, Drow is fine. They even have the Oracles to set up for it, so it would make sense. You know, 3 ranged right clickers, everything it's just a reversed Drow lineup, I guess. If anything, it should be banned up though by elements. Should be like the go-to ban.
Like sometimes it's a very obvious pick, but you're scared of something else.
They could maybe even pick, I was gonna say they could maybe even pick up the Drow themselves elements in the support in the safe lane, but I don't like it too much because of the same thing as what happened last game with the Sniper Drow. Like Prodota Gaming, they will just be in your face with the tanking and OD, and you will just like stand there and look at it.
Yeah, I don't think it's Drow for them. They do pick up Viper though, which they want like really strong lanes, early timings.
10 seconds remaining.
It kind of fits the, like, once Morphling has enough levels to use the stun and Axe has a blink, that's pretty much the same timing as Viper can have, like, a Dragonlance or Mech, depending on the item build, obviously. And then they can go for those, like, you know, big scale engagements, try and take fights, then transition fights into towers and so on. So like the Viper versus OD, it's good in the lane. Like Viper will destroy the OD in the lane. Once you get past the lane, it's not that amazing because obviously the Viper's damage declines as time goes on, and then the OD with the Arcana will actually be very scary against the Viper. But like you said, they want strong lanes. They want just a good start and then like snowball off of that. The Bounty Hunter kinda the Bounty Hunters, I guess, you know, Morphling will be in a core position then.
So carry Morphling, he just fits with the timings.
Yeah.
What I don't like about the Viper, which kind of gets rectified now because Bounty can be around mid, he can tank the arrows, etc. But Astral into no one's there to help you, you're going to die and you're going to lose the lane. And the hero's very reliant on that, so I think the bounty's a really strong pick. Also, it helps with Viper's slower movement speed through track, and if you get track plus, I'm not sure what the debuff from Axe's ult is called, but that's a lot of movement speed to continue chasing.
Yeah, and Viper, like you said, it relies on the lane because in the mid game the OD will have a clear upper hand against the Viper, so you can't not win the lane. Especially when you have a bounty, like you want to win the lane, and then once you have level 6 on bounty, you want to win every single fight, and then just like snowball completely out of control, and just pretty much just starve out Prodota Gaming with
10
anything
seconds
they try to
remaining.
do, because you know even trades elements will win that because of the track. They have a good late games lineup as well. You know, they are playing against OD Drow, so 2 cores that will
Prepare
do a
for
decent amount of
battle.
right click damage as the game goes on, but Morphling with the Ethereal Blade and generally just a very evasive hero, he shouldn't have too many difficulties against that.
He will
I
though,
say-
because like, Oracle's very good against him, Mirana offers a lot of damage as the game goes on. I think Elements definitely have a lineup where they want the game to be over, or at least very one-sided by like the 25-30 minute
Milan.
mark.
Nice dust use. Like they read that Bounty Hunter was there, but they couldn't really get any jump on him. Plus, they were only 2 heroes, so I mean, Spar Strike
miscommunication.
into Arrow. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't have killed him either way.
No, it was definitely ambitious. You know, very likely that someone else is close to him as well.
Yeah, and even just being alone, I'm pretty sure they don't have enough
30
burst damage
seconds
on
to
one of those 2
battle.
heroes to actually kill him. Like if he just walks away and waits out the dust duration, tries to jerk between trees or whatever, then he should be fine, right? Either way, they
Big
will
win
just.
for them. Getting the D ward, getting the dust usage. Used 1 extra sentry, but hey ho.
Yeah,
Well,
I guess
the
they
wall-
expected
well.
both. I guess they expected both bounty. What's it called? Observer wards to be used bottom. A little bit interesting, but you know.
They don't have any sentries for the war in middle, if I'm correct. Which means the bounty's gonna have a harder time getting anything done against OD.
Yep, that's a little bit
Maybe
unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe an oversight on their part. I
They
don't know how much their pull would have game, as opposed to how much it's gonna matter that OD has a sentry and you don't.
I mean, they already took away this ward. Like, there was a ward here that they took away with the first sentry, so like, you shouldn't use the sentry for the second one unless you see that it's blocked, right? Because it's not normal to use 2 wards in the same position. That would be very weird from Prodota side. Either way, mid lane, we do have that little engagement starting up. The OD is getting harassed quite a lot. Sentry or no sentry, you know, the bounty hunter is just making sure that he will never go into range of the creeps. The Viper is so far controlling. The OD is setting on 0 lasted so far. So, you know, everything is fine for now, but the Mirana can go for the arrow. They will set up, they will try and do it. But, you know, not practiced enough with that little
That was
combo.
a kill.
Definitely a kill.
That's painful to miss.
Yeah. Especially because, like you said, it's just that one little thing and you pretty much win the lane. So, missing that, very, very unfortunate. And Viper, he will not be out of position like that a second time. Like, that's like a one-time deal, right?
Yeah, even if he is out of position, the bounty can just sit in front of him and tank it. And now they've got the sentries from him as well, so lane went from possibly being winnable
To impossible.
Yeah. If he got first blood on the OD, he'd have model money, he could sustain this harass and start using Astral to like put himself in a position to get some CS and kind of make him sacrifice himself. They just use some Mirana to come in and pick up kills as needed, whereas now it's awkward. It was gonna happen, so
Yeah, they will equalize things. So Miranda has been jungling a little bit, just, you know, shooting a few creeps into the camp. So he's still outleveling the bounty hunter so far. And the bounty hunter did pick up the bounty run, so he's level 2 now. A nice arrow will actually, this time it will hit, and that should be the Viper dead. So, you know, second time it works.
the bounty's being like, I'm not sure who to blame, but the Viper shouldn't be caught out by that if the bounty's checking runes. They need to be like really disciplined about that, because that's how they lose the lane. The bounty has to be there if they
Oh, and now Mitch in the jungle on the axe, he does get hit by the initial use of the Sand King's crossstick. We do have the heal coming out from the Dazzle. Now it will actually be Kefka on the Sand King, who's a little bit in trouble. One more hit should do the trick, and indeed it will. So the axe is very, very low, but he did not get killed by the Sand King as the Dazzle. Simple rotation, simple movement in, and they just turn around, get a kill, easy peasy. And on the mid lane we do have the Viper. Once again he gets hit by that combo. So I mean, the first one, it looked beautiful and then it didn't hit, but I guess the OD and like Come With Me is showing us that he actually can do that combo.
Something you miss like once or twice because you need to get a feeling for it. Like 4 seconds from the Astral, 2.5 from Disruption. It takes, say, once or twice to get used to, but that you don't normally miss.
Yep, and indeed
very quickly.
Yeah, now you can see, like, last hitting, the OD is on exactly the same as the Viper. He's actually going to outscale him a little bit now and take 2 kills on top of that. The Viper's suddenly not feeling so hot. I mean, he's actually nearly 2 levels, well, 1.5 level behind of the OD, so it's definitely a lane that's a lot easier for the Outroll Devourer to handle, and he will be level 5 very soon. Once you have level 3 Astral, the range is so big that you can pretty much use it at the same range that Viper can right-click you, so, you know, harassment and last hitting will be a lot simpler for the OD, even if the bounty on Now Milan will be scouted out, he will be found, Astral will be used, they will actually go for the combo once again, they will shoot it out, and they will hit it. He took the arrow right inside of him.
Yep, drop down from space into an arrow. Nice heads up from him there as well though, because he's gone for the rune. Minute mark, you might as well try leap dusting, see if he does it again. Read on that part. Kills. Now they're even feeling confident enough to start throwing arrows out without the Astral.
Yeah, they're just feeling very, very comfortable. Actually, if they saved the arrow, they would have already gotten that kill here. But either way, this Viper is just taking a huge amount of pressure right now, just because of the fact that they got a couple of kills on the side of Prodota, and now there's sentries on multiple sides of the lane. Like there's 3 active sentries from Prodota, so they're giving 0 space for this bounty hunter to do anything in the mid lane anymore. And now they will go again. They will have the lead rail. He will tank the arrow this time around. So finally, you know, the Viper will be defended. But if you're in a position where instead of winning the lane, you just have to stop Prodota from getting kills, that's still one situation from Prodota, right?
Yeah, it's the only thing they're doing more is spending their time with the Mirana to like stop the axe a bit more. Because they're doing so well in this mid lane, there's no reason to not continue doing this.
Yeah, and now Milan on the bounty. He got hit by the actual damage and double star storm. Well, he got hit by 2 of the star storms, so you know, double star storm, and yep, that's. You know, well, they didn't get the Viper, but they got a kill, and that was 3 and 2. So, you know, even getting a kill in a situation where you shouldn't get a kill, you know, if they have more people, then it's just a 1 lane from Prodota, very, very convincingly. Top lane as well, like, speaking of other lanes, the Drow is just doing Drow things. He's starting to pressure the tower. Milan will move in here on the bounty hunter, trying to sneak some experience. He wants to get that level 6 as quick as possible, because obviously, after losing the lane mid, like, the next go-to thing for Elements is just, okay, we need the axe to get his blink timing online, and we need the bounty hunter to get level 6. That's like the two next steps for them to like start making some big movements. And top tower will be just saved for now. The bounty hunter does not have enough ranking damage to actually deny it though. But they will just you know respectfully go away as the axe TP's in. The tower will be denied. And yeah, that's fine for now. The Sand King and the Mirana is actually making a smoke movement, trying to spot out the axe. They don't find him, but they may find someone else. As the Viper here, Kefi goes in, hits him once. Forest strikes, arrow, epicenter, and Viper is very, very, very dead. And now LeBron, he actually, he showed the Shadow Wave. I guess he wanted to save him, but I'm pretty sure that situation was like confirmed. You're not gonna save him. So showing the Shadow Wave and just giving them another kill was probably not the play, but either way that happens. OD dropping very low. The Sand King may give up his life. He does start up the Milan, and now he gets hit by that little. Ooh, okay, waveform. Morphling will be taking down the Milan with a Ginada hit, just, you know, slowing Sand King enough to kill him, and that will be a 2-for-1 trade. So I guess the Dazzle kill actually ends up paying off with the Sand King dying.
Yeah, if you look at it like that, it ends up being worth it for the Dazzle dying. It's still good for Prodota though, because with the smoke movement, they have the vision in the woods, so they can start controlling that area. They don't really have anywhere to move. Now, you can control this area. The tier 1's gone down.
And it's so scary because, like you said with the Elder Titan, if they hit an arrow onto Mitch and he has his tranquils on the floor or something like that, that's pretty much just his game going to shatters after that, right?
I mean, there is no ET, but the point still stands.
Can still do it. And now in the middle we do have the Viper dropping down once again. We do have the Asphalt being used on the Morphling as well. The Morphling is dropping very, very low, as it's... OD against Morphling is super strong, like as long as the Morphling doesn't have items, because, you know, like...
top tower has looked better.
The way Morphling is good is when he has the mana so he can more strength, but you know, pure damage plus you lose intelligence is just a lot of damage being done to the Morphling, and now Morphling will have to wait from away. We do have Mitch going for the taunt. It's only that one taunt though, so it doesn't last for too long, and he will slowly be killed. But this OD with haste, he doesn't really care too much. The Astral will be used, and this Astral max, like... Normally you see the Astral being like the last thing you would ever skill up on an OD, like in the old days when OD was popular, but this Astral max is doing so much work. Like, it's a low cooldown, it does a lot of burst, and you know, in this situation where you're like pretty much fighting 3 and 3, you know, Astral 1, kill another one, kill him when he's back from the Astral, you know, it's so easy. You don't need the extra damage from the Arcane Orb.
And that's what most people are doing now. They realize it's kind of gone back to play the whole I'm a ranged creep for 15-20 minutes game, cast Astral.
Yep, and it's working.
It's working really well though, because the rest of the team is built well around it. They're playing strengths and elements, and kind of just being pushed back to a timing where they don't want to be. Morphling, you've seen people have Lincolns in 4 or 5 minutes. This game, he's gonna have a hard time getting that because his team's not going to provide him any space. Axis hit like level 6 at 4 minutes. This game he was 6 because confident enough going for stacks because of pressure. The only thing they've got going for them is the fact they've got track online 3-10 minutes. That's about it.
Now we have the Axe potential dropping down again. We do have the arrow, we do have the setup with the Fortunes and the Bar Strike, but that will go for the Grave TP, but Astral, not gonna happen, mister. And you know, Astral, another point, Astral is amazing against Grave. They get Grave, you instantly Astral them, and then they will just die as it ends. So, you know, Astral just continues being an amazing spell this game, right?
Yeah, it's almost like they be with good reason.
It's almost like it was an amazing pick, right?
Radiant's middle tower could use some help.
Really nothing they can do. They need to buy as much time for the cores to get their items. Viper's... he's level 5. He's about to hit 6. But this is just about the most justice for ask for picking this hero.
You know, you asked for it, he's even going for the max, so he's going for like the old school, I'm a, what's it called, range creep. He actually will be a range creep though, he will be a range creep with a mech in like 5 minutes if he can finish it. And now on the top one we do the bounty, he does trap down, he actually gets a kill onto the Sand King though, before that happens. Was it a track kill as well? It was a track kill. No, yeah, it wasn't a track kill, it was just the kill, but you know, still a good kill.
Another thing to mention as well, like, you can purge the tracks in the fights if you're about to kill someone, so it's a harder game found. They needed to make it any harder because, you know, they're already behind, they're giving up on Roshan, Drums is going to come out on OD. Like, you couldn't really ask them to be much stronger at this timing. You know, the only thing you could maybe add is the blink on Sand, completely unnecessary because do is put Drow in a position to hit towers, maybe the OD as well. If you ever show any resistance, one person gets Astral, arrow comes in, then you can stun as a follow-up. You don't need to data this game.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, the Sand King has been a lot more active, getting, like, helping the team get kills, and he still has pretty much the, like, he's as close as the Axe when it comes to the blink, so, you know, it's not like he's losing out on the blink timing as to compared to the Axe. He's actually a little bit ahead of him right now when it comes to gold. So, you know, he's comfortable with how he's been playing, because the Axe, he has been just AFK farming the whole game. He's been like, I need my blink, I need my blink, I need my blink, and that's, you know, he's still looking for it, and it's...
Sand King was like putting pressure the entire time, so he was doing more with less.
bottom tower's got
You know, if you get given jungle as an axe, you have to make something out of it. Whereas if you're just in the off lane putting
Radiant's
pressure,
bottom tower is
it
under
doesn't matter
attack.
if you blink 14, 15
Dire's middle
minutes
tower is
opposed to
under
8
attack.
or 9, which is, you know, ridiculous. But it goes to show you
Dire's
that
top tower is under attack.
they don't need it this game at all, because they're so far ahead. They feel comfortable enough to go hit racks at this stage, which I don't disagree with at all, because Elements have literally no
Dire's middle tower
D-push.
isn't going to last long.
You know, maybe
Looks like Dire
each of you got the dazzle, but you know, you're not gonna waveform into
Something
deep push,
better help
that's
Dire's middle
suicide.
tower.
Yeah, like the only like ranged damage you can do is actually, you know, track plus shuriken, but like they first off they do get the kill onto the bounty hunter. Nice play again from Midge, they get a flank, they get a kill onto the Oracle, they get a kill onto the Mirana, so that blink timing came right as they needed, I guess, but the Sanction will now move in, he gets a kill onto the axe, so 2 for 2 so far. The OG will drop down in the backlines, he does self-astral, does have the ultimate available as well, he should pop it. Oh, no one's hanging on to it. I'm a little bit surprised. I'm pretty sure he could have killed it, right? The what's it called Viper there if he had popped the ult.
He gets the double, yeah. This end would be so good, because they dived the axe link which didn't know was available. They only get out with 1 hero, and that's at least 3 kills, maybe all 4 of them were.
Yeah, we can check. But like you said, good kill. They get 4
So
strike
much
kills. That's pretty much 3,000 gold going the way of Elements Pro game. With that little simple blink timing from Axe, finally getting it online, and then, you know, instantly getting a good amount of gold for all heroes. You can see, I mean, the Viper's definitely not back in the game, but that's a mech plus
He kind of
threats.
is. This is almost reasonable now, as opposed to what he was before.
Yeah, it
You
was
know,
horrible
to call
before,
someone
and
a
I was like,
rage
okay. Now it's like, okay.
Yeah, it's exactly. Also on a rage creep is, you know, that literally shows that all they do is right click in a fight now, because it's gonna have some presence. Burn the Aegis as well, so Prodota are gonna be in this point where split up, they can maybe get picked apart between the bounty and axe. If they buff and make an mistake similar, they don't have the Aegis to fall back on, and then track starts becoming a problem. But there's room for them to really mess this up now. Still ahead by a large margin, but they can't afford to continue making errors.
The thing is, though, Elements Pro Gaming, they have tools to work with now. Like, they can do stuff now. Now, Swift ending on the Morphling. Like, he's tanky enough, he can survive for a little bit. He does get silenced in the end, though, by Gata, so that will be the nail on the coffin, and coffin as he gets taken down. They brought down in the backlines, got controlled in the meantime, so no Grave was available. And Astral Imprisonment, that's gonna be a secondary kill. So Prodota Gaming, they do salvage something. I mean, the Morphling was very tanky there, but, you know, just not tanky enough. Especially now with the Grave follow-up, that was pretty much what he needed to stay alive.
Probably better he didn't get Grave, because it would be more in for the OD. The only thing they got out of that was bounty sniping a courier, and now they're probably giving up their money.
Alright, the Viper is taking a lot of damage from the epicenter. He is trying to fight up a little bit, and now we have Mitch going in. He will get a kill onto Bio, maybe also the OD, as the OD goes through the Ashwell. He will be alive for now. We do have the bounty hunter going a little bit sneakily around. Mitch will be taken down as the arrow once again hits. They've been pretty good with those arrows so far. With the Ashfall as well, they've been timing it pretty well. Like you said, you know, they missed the first. They missed the first one, and that's pretty much the only one they've ever missed.
Radiant's top tower has looked better.
Okay, technically they missed one more where he like threw the arrow and then the Astral came out like 5 seconds later and they would have had the kill, but that's like nitpicking at the finest degree, right?
Yeah, that's not a miss. We don't count that as a miss.
I count that as a miss, but
yeah, but fuck you.
Alright, it's
The prize
that's like them winning fights without Aegis, kind of as they should. Just be really hard for Elements to ever find a position. All the Axe has like Blink, Blade Mail, etc. now. They're just at a point where they can play around it. The OD's got a Force now, the Mirana's about to have, is 1,000 away from Axe, and items come out, Rush will be available, and Elements don't get something done before all that happens. I just see the base getting slowly but surely demolished.
Yeah, the OD is getting very close to his Hurricane Pike, so once he has Hurricane Pike and then like possibly the Blink follow-up, the Axe will literally never be able to do anything, even with the Blade Mail, because then the OD can just sit back, wait for the Axe to initiate, and blink in, Astral the Axe, and then, you know, Blade Mail, no Blade Mail, doesn't matter. You're not gonna do anything.
Yep. Hot game.
Very, very hot
Do
game.
now though, unlike Prodota, is hold this area. Get as much farm as they can in the meanwhile. Split up, because they don't really need to worry about how efficient they're being right now. The only thing I would say is they want to be giving Mirana as much of the free farm as they can. And like let the other heroes around them like take the lane maybe.
Yeah, the Mirana
you know,
almost
they
has
can
that
just
Axe
go.
available, or they just go for it. They use the Mirana ultimate just to cover where the heroes are sitting at, and they just want to go for it. I guess maybe they
They
just
don't want to
try
like,
to
fully
force.
commit. They want to force them back.
Yeah, they
They're
just
all in
want
this
to.
area, so they might as well use this to like force them back and then
Those
open up
cracks in Dire's
all of
top
this area to
tower?
go and farm their other heroes.
Yeah, they're still trying to. They want to take down the tier 3 tower because it's so low anyway. So the Drow will try and just chip it down. We do have Viewer just in the backlines whenever like necessary. He can do whatever. Arrow does fly out, almost hits onto the Dazzle, but you know it's a straight arrow. You don't have any excuse for getting hit by that. Either way, that will be Prodota Gaming. They just backed themselves up. They almost got the tier 3 tower taken down, and they forced everyone back from elements. Like you said, that was pretty much like the initial thing you wanted. You just want elements to not farm the map. That's like. You know, force them back, then you can take over the map. Like,
Yeah, it
simple
just
as that.
puts you in control of the game. Sure, it means now that you split up, you can control it there with the wave, but you're getting more out of it initially.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, they just want to farm up and try and limit how much farm Elements is getting while waiting for the Roshan, because obviously they don't want to forcefully push without the Aegis. The Aegis will be up again in 45 seconds as the Rosh will respawn there, so that should be the next up for grabs thing coming online. The Sand King will have a Veil available at that time, as I imagine that will be the Helm of the Iron Will going for Veil. I like that item though, because, you know, it buffs up the Oracle, it buffs up the OD's ultimate, the Mirana's double Starstorm, so this game, you know, having just one Veil on anyone makes sense.
Surprised the OD didn't go for it over drums, but this works out.
Yeah.
King, you normally want Yules for staff, etc. mobility. You don't normally have the luxury of stopping off for a Veil, whereas OD can just kind of swap it out for the drum slot. But it matter, the fact they have it is good enough. The only thing I would say, waiting for now, yeah, push it up, go.
Yep,
As long as they
smoke.
don't take like some horrendous fight where they get 5-man fall into blade mail damage and then more 5-man waveform, I think they're in a good spot. Kind of just a really bad spot where this wave's already pushing in though, so maybe a bit too anxious.
Dire's middle tower
Regardless,
isn't going to last long.
morphing.
Yeah,
As long as they don't lose
just,
this fight, they're good.
they'll just smoke for the Rosh. They know that this is like, if they go looking for kills, they will most likely not find anything, because like you said, mid lane is pushing in with the replicate of Axe, so it's very obvious that they're moving around with the map, so they just go for the Roshan instead, and you know, don't waste time, right?
Fall into the tower.
It's very important you do like this stage of the game quickly.
We do have the
What-
bounty hunter moving around as well, just trying to scout out something. He actually gets found by the sentry ward, and that is a very quick reaction with the arrow. They should
Good
be able
off,
to get the kill, maybe. They don't have that.
Dust.
Yeah, no,
He walks
nothing.
back into the sentry.
Oh,
Killing spree.
Hey,
Someone better help Dire's
nice
middle
damage
tower.
from the balanced Agonins.
3 star songs with Veil, still enough, boys, still enough.
Dire's top tower is under
Remember
attack.
when it was 4.
That's one of the things that you quickly forget, you know, it's like dark
No,
days.
not as a Mirana player, dude. You
tower.
envy those days. That's when your hero was like the best thing in Dota, and now it's
It's still good.
slightly more balanced.
It's still very, very good.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Fog left behind.
And while they lose their tip off, they've Mirana pushing up the wave shield very
Radiant's bottom
quickly.
tower has been denied.
Down bottom, gives them their Q to have like both racks available. Having the second wave pushing just makes your sieging life a lot easier. Vision you can get in space is good. Creeps are a lot safer
Beating on
than
Dire's
wards.
top tower.
Wards normally get deep.
Okay, we do the axe going in on Mirana. Maybe getting a quick pick off here. We'll go for the ultimate there. The Fortress was actually used, but a little bit too late as he was already low enough for the kill threshold. Now the axe will be graved up, so he will be fine for now. The Absol equipment will be used on him, so he will drop down as it ends. 1-for-1 trade so far. In the meantime, we do the buyback coming up from the axe. BMP Saniking so firing in. Milan will be hit. The bounty hunter is doing a little bit of damage actually. A nice little bounce there, doing some damage to all of the heroes. And let's see if they can find someone. Kefka will be earned up, so he cannot go for the blink away. He will borrow. Okay, so he was there. I was like, where is he? Like, is he there? Is he there? But he was where he borrowed, and then he got astral. A little bit weird that he got astral there. I guess you know, just over saving him. He was fine, but
astral
then he got saved.
Enabled the blink.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They still have Aegis, so considering the fact they lost one here at the start of that fight, and then they kind of drew out long enough to let them come back.
Now Pure on the Oracle will be gone by mid, but Astral is ready to save. Like we talked about, as long as the OD isn't controlled, you can just Astral and then everything is fine. Mitch will drop very, very low. He will be fine for now, but they have to back themselves up now as the elements are game. They cannot look for that fight outside the base that they wanted to. They have to go back. They have to heal up on Mitch, and that will be Prodota Gaming just, you know, back on the train, go back in, fight on. You know, it was a 1-for-1 trade. They used the buyback on elements, so if they kill the axe again, that's just, you know, -1 player for the rest of the fight. Like you said, Age is still available. They have plenty of mana on all heroes. They shouldn't ever drop down on mana due to the OD, so you know, they can keep on forever.
As long as the other lanes aren't in a position to make them back off, they're never leaving dead.
Radiant have fortified their
Yep, and
strength.
let's see, we do have the Sanking going in. Arrow will hit onto the Viper as well. He's getting control very, very nicely as Come With Me. Will go very, very deep. Ray will be used onto the Viper. He will be fine for now, but that's a lot of damage. Mage will be dropping down as even the Sanity's Eclipse will be committed for that kill. A little bit overkill perhaps, but you know, Axe dead for 60 seconds, no buyback available, so that will be at least one set of frags. And possibly more. I mean, I don't really think they have reason to back up anytime soon. Maybe they will just like push the creep wave mid before pushing, but they could just go for it. If they see an opening, that the Sanking will definitely just jump in.
They have nothing to fear except heal bombs on creep waves and track shurikens, which they can sell and they can Fate's Edict on, so no reason for them to back off.
Yep, and the Viper is once again just taking so much damage. Like, the mechanism is just so useless at this point. You know, it's a little bit of healing, but you don't do any damage, and you like all you do is mitigate some damage. But if you can't kill the enemy team, like, what does it matter, right?
No.
Oh, and
Range creep status has been re-achieved.
and Bounty Hunter, he got annihilated. The Viper almost has his BKB completed, but you know, BKB will like not help.
Like, before he gets able to hold, I think. Aegis is still available. They don't even get to pop the E-Blade. E-Blade just picked up a Morphling. A nice attempt, but you know, Aegis is still up, so Gala, he still has that +1 life available. The Epicenter will be used by the Sanking. Gets them 3 kills, and even though he dies, that's, you know, he gave up his life for the cause, and there will be another buyback onto the Dazzle this time. We do have the Morphling. He's supposed to use his E-Blade on himself, so that's at least one pop on potentially Oracle that will not be happening. It's very unfeasible that he gets pops on any of them though, because you just Edict when you see or Manta dodges, or Astral, or Blink,
or anything.
None of them have blinks. Yeah.
Oh, the Oracle!
He's fine, dude.
Yeah, he's fine. He baited it.
Dazzle, however, is not.
You know, Brave TP is such a strong thing, but when you have Astral, it just doesn't matter.
Oh, when you have any stun, it doesn't matter, but Astral's be like a very satisfying one.
Like, it's the most satisfying one because, you know, you just press a button and then they're dead. It doesn't matter if they are, like, how much healing or whatever, they will just be dead.
Yeah, life feels good. And I think that series kind of goes the way you'd expect it at the end. I'm surprised Elements will manage to take the first game.